98.9 WEMT. Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum.
You can see the whole racetrack, and it's just chaos everywhere.
This weekend, 36 gladiators will enter, wrapped in steel and ready for battle. 16 with hopes of surviving to the next round of the NASCAR playoffs.
You just understand the spot you're in. A good weekend, bad weekend, you go into the next week knowing what your task is and what your job is.
Only 12 will survive.
You can definitely get caught up in anything, and definitely in a place like Bristol.
Under the lights is where these warriors shine, but only one will stand atop them all and raise the sword at the end of the weekend.
Beautiful Bristol Speedway, the site of the first annual Volunteer 500.
And here comes Earnhardt. He hits Labonte. I'm ready to rip somebody's freaking head off. It's Bristol, baby.
The last great Coliseum may look quiet now, but on race day, the arena will be filled with 100,000 rowdy fans cheering as modern-day gladiators look to tame this beast of a track. This weekend's race at the Bristol Motor Speedway isn't just any other race. It's an elimination race in the NASCAR playoffs. As if the weekend needed any more juice, by the end of Saturday night, the number of drivers in the playoffs will be whittled down to just 12. The story coming into this final race of the first round is not who's on the good side of the cut line, but who's on the outside looking in. Defending Bristol race winner Denny Hamlin has had a miserable start to the playoffs and is 6 points behind 12th place. Then there's a pair of former champs in Brad Keselowski and Martin Truex Jr., 12 and 14 points back, respectively. Harrison Burton also needs a special run this weekend as he enters 20 points back. But really, for all four, they are looking for some Bristol magic.
Certainly we're in a more, tough, precarious spot than what we planned on. So it's going to be important that we execute it. There's no question about it.
Just trying to focus on racing and, turn things around from the way it's been going lately.
NASCAR is full of twists and turns, quite literally and figuratively. And the playoff format, naturally encourages that.
And as if we needed even more drama, when NASCAR was here in the spring, there was the issue of unexpected tire wear that nobody could quite understand. So the question is, will we see that again this weekend? Stenhouse Jr. is currently 5th in this qualifying session, but he keyed the radio a few minutes ago and said that this car is handling unlike anything he's ever had at Bristol. Can't quite put his finger on what the issue is.
We all saw it coming in practice, somewhat. I don't think we thought it would be that bad. I thought the racetrack would lay a little rubber.
Just when you thought Bristol Motor Speedway had produced all the drama one could imagine, excessive tire wear became the phrase of the weekend in the spring.
Certainly had some anxiety around, some tire wear and things like that. But all in all, I think it was probably one of the best short track races I've ever seen.
In July, Goodyear held a tire test at BMS, looking at different tire compounds as well as the use of the PJ1 traction compound versus resin to create different racing lines.
The resin that they ran last time, it just doesn't seem to let the rubber lay down, and it just dusts up. So we could be able to run the same tire that we ran the last race with the PJ1 because it seemed like it was laying rubber down and you could run longer runs.
I think we're kind of hoping that we come in and with a little bit of temperature would be able to, make it that 40 to 60 lap window and control your own destiny a little bit if you could save some. And, ultimately I felt like there was still pretty heavy wear.
While no one expects the exact same tire issues at Bristol this weekend, not knowing exactly what to expect adds to the drama of this all-important cutoff race.
It was a huge challenge for sure, just to manage your stuff the best you could, and honestly, I really hope going back that it's maybe not quite as bad, but we do have some fall off, because I think we've seen that creates a lot of passing and excitement in the race. So hopefully, maybe it's not quite as extreme as what we had in the spring, but hopefully there's still some of that.
There have been several big-name drivers who have retired over the past few seasons, all going out with great fanfare. And then there's Martin Truex Jr.
We'll save the celebration and all the fun stuff for after it's over with.
We will talk with the former champ about why he's decided to quietly ride into the sunset. Plus,
I think it's going to be a tough day or tough night, whatever it's on the schedule. I know it's coming.
We'll take a ride with NASCAR Hall of Famer Ricky Rudd and get his thoughts on the challenge of racing at Bristol.
You know why I love Halloween?
Why?
People give me Kit Kats for free.
Son, you're 8. All your Kit Kats are free.
Happy Halloween! Have a break, have a Kit Kat.
Want to instantly look more attractive, years younger, and even healthier? The solution is whiter teeth. Even teeth that are just a little yellow are a problem. They rob your appearance, make you look older, and can hurt your confidence. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." So from that point on, I've been sold.
My absolute favorite thing was how easy it was. It takes literally less than 5 minutes.
Power Swabs has made a really big difference in lifting the stains and making my smile more beautiful.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. And after 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Plus, unlike other whitening methods, Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. Power Swabs are easier on your gums and cause less sensitivity.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth. With the Power Swabs, I've been using them for a week and nothing. I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night and no problems.
It's time to discover what you've been missing. Now, it's your turn to get started with Power Swabs.
I like my smile. I like my smile after finishing the Power Swabs.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now for a special offer to receive 50% off. You'll also receive the Power Swabs Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will also get free shipping. Order right now and take the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge. If your teeth aren't a full 2 shades whiter after your first application, simply return it and you'll get your money back.
Look at that Wendy's breakfast burrito. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, sausage. Gotta hand it to the tortilla. That sucker's holding on for dear life. The boss of breakfast, gotta be Wendy's.
Winning that's the ultimate goal, right? And that's what makes it all worth it. And once you taste that, you just want it more.
It's Bristol, baby! For 19 seasons, Martin Truex Jr. has been a staple in the NASCAR garage. During that time, he's won twice here at Bristol Motor Speedway. In the Xfinity Series in 2004, and in the Trucks in 2021 on the dirt. At the end of the season, Truex is going to retire. And he's going out this year the only way he knows how.
Truex Jr.
For nearly 2 decades, Martin Truex Jr. has been racing and winning in the NASCAR Cup Series. But he's also been getting there with a little different approach than most.
Race hard on the weekends and, work hard Monday and Thursday and fish in between.
That's Martin's MO for sure, and that's something that I admire so much about him is he's true to himself. He's a race car driver and a fisherman, and he loves to be Martin Truex Jr.
That low-key approach has been Truex's mantra throughout his entire career, and it's the way he's approaching retirement as well.
That's probably the way Martin prefers it. That's his personality, and it's actually been surprising. I haven't heard more about hey, this is final time here or there, but I'm sure Martin has probably called off the dogs and says, I don't want any of that stuff.
I guess I don't really get too emotional about things, and I realize there's a job to do.
And so he will just quietly ride into the final 8 races as a full-time driver, still chasing one more championship.
I owe it to my team and my sponsors and our fans to just give it all we have.
And then the celebration can begin.
I think I can just reminisce and think about what retirement will be like after we're done. Not really thinking about it too much right now, just trying to focus on racing and turn things around from the way it's been going lately.
You got the phone call for the Hall of Fame. What was your reaction? What did you think? What were
some of them, I was wondering who's playing a gag on me. You know, it's like, this got to be a joke. Because I've been on the ballot. I think it was going to be like 8 years of being on that ballot. And finally, it actually came true. You know, one of my big dreams in racing when it was over, make it to the Hall of Fame one day. And I was close, but I never could quite get there. And then that phone call that day was just, it made all those years of waiting and driving worth it, you know.
Why do you think that you're in the Hall of Fame? Like, what got you there? Was it your toughness, your success on the road courses? Like, what makes Ricky Rudd Hall of Fame?
Well, I think the driving record, the win column and the polls and things of that nature, it supported my entry. It's just based on the numbers themselves. But I guess there's other things that go into it. I'm not really sure. I have no control over how everybody votes. There's 50 people that vote you in or out. And I think one thing that helped me is I won like 23 or 24 races. And I did it with 7 or 8 different car owners. Where a lot of guys in the Hall of Fame basically were with one team the whole time. So, to do that, I think it made things a little more difficult by you're having to learn new people every year. So I think everybody looked at the whole big picture, and whatever it is, they must have liked me this year. I'm not sure why, because I think we got 80 or 90% of the vote. So I'm not really sure what made things different this year.
I'm from Bristol. What do you think of when you think of that track?
I think it's going to be a tough day or tough night whenever it's on the schedule. I know it's coming. It's going to be tough. But I like tracks like that. To me, in my earlier days, I was one of the earlier guys that used to go to the gym during the week. I think Mark Martin was probably the other guy. So I would actually look forward to a hard day, a hot day, or a tough day, and knowing that I'm probably going to be a little bit better physically prepared than a lot of my competition. At least mentally, I'm not a big guy, so I had to lift weights and get toughened up just to be, probably on some of these guys that are born naturally strong. I had to go on a program to get tough, and I used to mentally tell myself, man, I hope it gets hot today, because if I'm falling out of the seat and I'm tired and I'm hot, then the competition is going to be, they're going to really be suffering.
Bristol Motor Speedway has never been just a racetrack.
There are a lot of people around Major League Sports that have some really cool ideas.
When its Bristol Baby returns, we'll show you how the track is preparing to bring baseball to the world's fastest half mile. Plus, we'll give you a look inside the walls of 2311 and its new airspeed facility.
Have you had your Hershey's?
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I have ever felt.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face. And what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And I did this to my father. We were at home, so we applied it to his under eye bags, and let me tell you, we were so excited. In under 10 minutes, they visibly disappeared from view, and now it is literally part of both of our daily routines. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
At our $14.95 price, it's the best way to try Plexiderm and see it work after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Put Fructy Slick and Shine to the test with Argan Oil and Cara System. Miami humidity on.
Getting so hot. That's real high humidity.
Up to 72 hours first control. Where's the frizz? Fructy Slick and Shine by Garnier Naturally.
Like many women over 40, I'm starting to get more dark spots.
Bright Reveal Niacinamide Serum by L'Oreal fades the look of all types of dark spots by up to 40%. Bright Reveal Niacinamide Serum by L'Oreal Paris.
Restaurant bread, stale policies, no cheddar. Cheddar Bay 2024 is here to clean up the crumbs. Come in now for a chance to win 4 years of free Red Lobster, because one bite can unite all parties, at least for dinner.
In a crisis, your number one need is food. But if you wait to stock up, all you'll find at the grocery store are empty shelves. But here's the good news. 4 Patriots is offering a special buy one, get 2 free deal on its best-selling 72-hour survival food kits. This kit has 20 servings of delicious food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all designed to last for 25 years. Go to survivalfood.com. This deal won't last. Go to survivalfood.com now.
Shoot, we've seen the leader crash there in lap traffic. We've seen so many different things happen over the course of the years at Bristol.
It's Bristol, baby!
In 2025, this Coliseum of racing will turn into a cathedral of baseball. It may sound strange, but baseball and racing actually go together like peanut butter and jelly. Bristol Motor Speedway has always had the reputation as a track where you expect the unexpected.
If you think I know or would predict what Bristol Motor Speedway is going to do next, I have no idea what this group is going to work up, and Major League Baseball game right up their alley.
The game between the Atlanta Braves and Cincinnati Reds will be played in August of 2025. And legends from both organizations are excited to see this once-in-a-lifetime game.
It's about time. It's been played everywhere else. It's been played on ships. It's been played in football stadiums, so why not?
Can't wait. I think it's going to be awesome to see this stadium filled up and cheering on either the Braves or the Reds.
But just how do you fit a baseball stadium into the infield of a racetrack?
After playing a football game in Bristol, things like that are really doable. And knowing that a baseball stadium's a little bit smaller than a football stadium or the football field itself made it more reasonable and doable. Naturally, once we put Colossus up, it was like, okay, how do we fit a stadium in, or how do we fit a ball field in with a center-hung structure? Because the last thing we need to see is baseballs hitting the center-hung structure. So that part was a little bit intriguing, like how would it situate? Will it actually fit in one end or the other? But once, working with MLB and their team and some of the renderings they'd done and the studies that they had put forward, it was definitely doable.
Making this an event that is sure to attract the eyes of both baseball fans and race fans.
Just being kind of exposed to the sport like this will draw me to it, no doubt. I was already, when I knew this was coming on the calendar, started Googling stuff and just watching some stuff recently. But yeah, we'll definitely be tuned in next year for the Speedway Classic.
Football's biggest game ever deserves its biggest celebration. 156,990 people on hand for tonight's game, and these two teams did not disappoint. The pregame, as we take a look at the video, star-studded as everything that Bruton Smith is involved in, always in. You had Jerry Caldwell in his pants, his neutral pants, with Governor Bill Haslam from Tennessee. The man himself, Bruton Smith, was on hand for the coin flip, as was Peyton Manning and Frank Beamer, who is on the Virginia Tech side for the coin flip.
We waited nearly 3 years for this battle at Bristol between Tennessee and Virginia Tech. Early on, the underdog Hokies strike first. Gerard Evans to Sam Rogers. That makes it 7-0 Virginia Tech. Then right before halftime, Tennessee's now up 17-14. Dobbs runs it in to make it 24-14. The Vols score 24 unanswered points. The Vols win the battle at Bristol 45-24 over Virginia Tech.
There's also a connection between basketball and racing. Former NBA player Brad Daugherty has been a team owner for years, and the legendary Michael Jordan joined him in the garage a few years ago. 2311 Racing, Michael's team, recently opened their new airspeed facility. And believe me, this is no ordinary race shop. The first thing you notice about this facility is it's not a race shop. It's airspeed. Air for owner Michael Jordan and speed for owner Denny Hamlin. His airness entry into NASCAR ownership has been a game changer.
Bringing in a bunch of new faces, people that necessarily didn't want to pay attention to NASCAR. They see their icons, their idols, venturing into the sport. So maybe it gives them a judgment of encouragement to attend a race, be a part of it in some capacity or whatnot.
But when it comes to the design and layout of this modern-day racing facility, it's all the brainchild of Hamlin.
I've spent years designing that building, and
it's just like your home that you live in, it's your dream home that you've been designing for forever.
You can definitely tell Denny put a lot of effort and passion into this building, and I feel like us as people who work here, we try to match that energy and bring all that we can to the table.
Every detail from the 23-degree windows to the 23 different paint colors to the blue and white business offices for Jordan's days in North Carolina and the red and black competition offices for his time with the Chicago Bulls was meticulously planned out.
Just all the things that we have here that we didn't have at our old facility in Mooresville. It's just so hard to compare the two, to be honest.
So who doesn't love a good surprise?
You look at NC State, last year in the March Madness tournament, right? They go from not even going to be in it to winning the ACC and then, going to the Final Four.
When we come back, we'll break down the NASCAR playoff field and all the upset-minded wild cards in this year's postseason. Plus, Christopher Bell has been to back-to-back championship fours, yet people rarely talk about him as a contender. And that's just the way he likes it.
I love that my daughter still needs me, but sometimes I can't help due to burning and stabbing pain in my hands. So I use Nervive.
Nervive's clinical dose of ALA reduces nerve discomfort in as little as 7 days.
Now I can help again. Feel the difference with Nervive.
For fast sore throat relief, try Vicks VapoCool Drops with 2 times more menthol per drop and powerful Vicks Vapors to vaporize sore throat pain. Vicks VapoCool Drops. Vaporize sore throat pain.
You got this. 1, remember, I don't want surgery for my Dupuytren's contraction.
2, I want to be able to lay my hand flat.
3, I want a non-surgical recovery.
4, I want options, non-surgical options.
And 5,
and if non-surgical treatment isn't offered,
I'll get a second opinion. Let's go.
Take charge of your treatment. If you can't lay your hand flat, visit findahandspecialist.com to get started.
Welcome to the land of the free, where we pledge allegiance to the flag, salute the heroes of old, and raise a cup to the new gladiators who dare take on the last great Coliseum. The Bass Pro Shops Night Race NASCAR weekend returns to Bristol Motor Speedway September 19th through 21st. Get a weekend package and see Dale Jr. race on Friday. There's no place like Bristol. It's not just a race. It's Bristol, baby.
Every fall, we say hello to a change in routine and just a little bit of chaos. At Macy's, we're here to help you shift seasons in style with all our newest brands. Your fall favorites are here.
You know why I love Halloween?
Why?
People give me Kit Kats for free.
Son, you're 8. All your Kit Kats are free.
Happy Halloween! Have a break, have a Kit Kat.
I don't know any of us know what to expect, but that just adds to the chaos of this first round.
It's Bristol, baby!
When NASCAR created this playoff system several years ago, they were hoping to create some March Madness-like playoff moments. Not only this year is Cinderella crashing the ball, but she's bringing several of her friends with her. Once upon a time, there were 16 NASCAR drivers hoping to bring home the most precious of cups. For some, the idea of holding the cup was just right. Some thought they would never find themselves with an invitation to the ball. But just like in a fairy tale, their playoff wish was granted.
I think it's just proof of how competitive NASCAR Cup Series is. I mean, you look at the last handful of years and only a couple guys have made it in on points. It's very clear what your goal should be for 26 some odd races or whatever the regular season is. Because you don't win a race, you have to rely on points.
There is some phases there that some people maybe was not expecting them, but at the end of the day, there is the drivers that have either won races or have done a good job throughout the season, and the next couple rounds are going to be a little crazy.
The clock is about to strike midnight on the playoff dreams of 4 drivers. But unlike in past years, there are no ugly stepsisters here. All 15 drivers who have not already clinched a spot in round 2 still have a chance to do that this weekend at Bristol.
There's always new faces and new places. And, you look at this year's 2024 playoffs, certainly the case with some people that I think everyone would have said, no, they probably won't make it, that made it, and some people that we thought would make it that didn't make it. It's part of what makes the NASCAR playoffs so dramatic.
I think there's definitely people that you wouldn't have expected, but good for them for making it. So cool to see some of those guys make it, and excited about our chances.
letting my results on track, letting my driving do the talking. And obviously, I'm not a really loud personality. I keep to myself, just try and do my own thing. And I want to be, I want to be known for my on-track success.
So who are the playoff favorites this year? As you can imagine, the way the season's gone, it's really kind of hard to tell.
I look at the 11 and the 5 and the 45 as really being the standard of a consistent basis to go off of. I feel like we have kind of been in that next tier of pace and consistency. But there are definitely strong teams. Like, I look at like the 5 is great, 20, 11, 45 is really strong, 24. I think those guys are really good groups of drivers that have performed really well through the year.
What are the keys to conquering the last great Coliseum?
It's definitely crazy, and you go there and the fans are wild.
We'll talk to some of the drivers and our own NASCAR crew chief straight ahead.
Fire and smoke, storm and water damage are huge problems. You need the fastest growing cleaning and restoration company in Tennessee, locally owned and operated, ColorTex. Our customer care team is available 24/7 and is ready with the best up-to-date state-of-the-art equipment. The ColorTex friendly pros specialize in restoring your home or business quickly with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. When you need the best cleaning and restoration, call ColorTex. We make indoor living healthier.
Look at that Wendy's breakfast burrito. Fresh cracked eggs, seasoned potatoes, sausage. Gotta hand it to the tortilla. That sucker's holding on for dear life. The boss of breakfast, gotta be Wendy's.
I'm getting vaccinated with Pfizer's pneumococcal pneumonia vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
Come on. I already got a pneumonia vaccine, but I'm asking about the added protection of Prevnar 20.
If you're 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 20 is approved in adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most common side effects were pain and swelling at the injection site, muscle pain, fatigue, headache, and joint pain.
I want to be able to keep my plans. I don't want to risk ending up in the hospital with pneumococcal pmeumonia.
That's why I chose Prevnar 20.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist about the Pfizer vaccine for pneumococcal pneumonia.
Reminder, bent finger appointment. I don't want to wait or have surgery for my Dupuytren's contraction. I want a non-surgical treatment.
And if non-surgical treatment isn't offered,
I'll get a second opinion.
Take charge of your treatment. If you can't lay your hand flat, visit findahandspecialist.com to get started.
The Xfinity Series begins a new era on a new broadcast home, and it starts with the Food City 300 at Bristol. Heather Williams breaks down the NASCAR series that make future stars in the Cup Series. Watch From Here to Xfinity, Tri-City CW, Friday at 6.
Not all 16 cars are going to have 50-point days. It's not, the math isn't there. So I think we just focus on ourselves.
It's Bristol, baby! This place did not get the nickname the last great Coliseum because it's a Sunday drive in the park. 500 laps around this place are grueling. So what are the keys to getting to victory lane at Bristol?
The race itself is going to be really frantic. I feel like there's going to be a lot of guys that are desperate, and desperation oftentimes makes bad decisions.
A bit of a wild card weekend, a lot of unknowns, just with the track itself and the tires and how things are going to play out, and then just kind of the nature of the beast itself. Bristol is definitely not going to be an easy weekend for anybody.
I think anything in NASCAR racing in general, stock car racing across the map is chaos right now. So I think there can definitely be chaos at Bristol.
It is really hard to balance good turning ability, front end turning ability in the middle of the corner, because it's a high bank turn, it's a very sharp turn, and the vehicle, truck, car, whatever you got wants to go straight ahead. It wants to go up that banking.
The green flag is set to drop on the night race here at the Bristol Motor Speedway Saturday night, shortly after 7:30 p.m. And then make sure you tune into our sister station, News 5 WCYB, for all your post-race highlights and reaction from Victory Lane on News 5 at 11. You can also get NASCAR news anytime at WCYB.com. Enjoy the race. It's Bristol, baby.
Olive Oil Divine September pairing is Tuscan Herb Infused Olive Oil and Peach White Balsamic.
America's News now.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9.
In mid-September, there's tension in the air.
Can't help myself.
He is not happy. Harper's already at the bounds. As summer gives way